Hello and welcome to the D4 Clinic. This is our big stop smoking program that if you look on our D4 Clinic website, you're going to see all these videos of all these people we've helped over the years. And for the first time in 5 years, we're going to do an online version which you've bought here. So what you're going to notice is the session that we have here on this page which you're on, you've been given exclusive access to it. What we have is a number of things. First off, you've got this tutorial video where I'm going to talk to you briefly about how we're going to help you quit smoking. The great thing about this is you can do these sessions again and again and again and again. You can watch this tutorial as often as you want. There's no limit to it. Also the audio session which you have here on this page as well, I'd recommend downloading it to your mobile phone. The best way of doing that is through Dropbox. That means you can listen to it offline, you can build it offline. Ask anyone with any technical ability in your house, usually your 15-year-old child. They'll know more about your smartphone than you do probably, if it's the same as my case. So what we're going to do is we're going to download the audio session. You're going to listen to the audio session. The first thing I want you to understand is if you want to quit smoking, you have a choice. You can either quit smoking or die. That's really as short as it is. Sadly, in the clinic here, we get a lot of people who come to me when it's too late. They've got lung cancer, emphysema. The first thing I always say to people in the clinic is you have to want to quit. I can't make people do things they don't want to do. This online session is an audio version of what you would do in the clinic. So we have a lot of clients around the country, around the world, who are contacting us, can't make it to Ireland where our clinic is. So this is for you. This is to help you to save your life. Nobody can make you quit smoking. Not a family member, a doctor. You have to want to quit smoking. And yes, it requires willpower. Hypnotherapy is a therapy. It will help you. It is not a magic wand, because there is no magic wand. And all the hundreds and hundreds of smokers that I've helped, a lot of, if you look through my website here, you'll see videos, testimonials that we've helped people who've been lifelong smokers to get off them. But they have to want to quit. There's no other way of saying it. The great thing about this is you can watch the videos, I say again and again, for any advice that I'm going to give you. Secondly, you download the audio session. Now, when you do the audio session, I would recommend, obviously don't listen to it when you're driving or using machinery. If you have epilepsy or any type of psychiatric issues, very serious psychiatric issues, I wouldn't listen to it either. Any concerns, contact your GP. Any concerns at all about quitting smoking, contact your GP. I'd always recommend that. What we're going to do is hypnotherapy is just a heightened state of awareness. And I'm going to show you some charts here just to make you understand how it works. So this is the brain right here. These are brain waves, different brain waves. This is you when you're really agitated. This is you right here in your normal state. This is you under hypnotherapy, hypnosis, and this is you asleep. What we're trying to do is when we get to this level, you see this level here is sleep. When you're asleep, you have dreams. Your unconscious comes out to play. What we're doing is we're putting you into this state under hypnosis, and we're suggesting the dreams. We're inputting the dreams. We're inducing the dreams. They're not real dreams, but we're inducing suggestions into the subconscious mind. For people who are skeptical about hypnotherapy, and if you look online, you'll say, oh, someone quit with smoking, someone didn't. Does it work for everybody? Doesn't it work for everybody? First thing you have to realize is that not every therapy works for everybody. That includes chemotherapy, so you don't hear people saying, oh, well, that doesn't work, I wouldn't get chemotherapy, it doesn't work. No, it works for a lot of people, but it doesn't work for a lot of people. So equally, there's radiotherapy. There's 100 different types of therapies. First off, to understand hypnotherapy is an alternative therapy. It is not to replace anything at all. And it is very successful at helping people to quit smoking or lose weight or reduce phobias and so on, so on, so on. As you say, there's never been big studies into it, and that's why you won't see a lot of medical people coming behind it, because most medical people, most pharmaceutical companies are interested in pharmaceuticals. They want you to buy your Nicorettes or your so on, your sprays. There's no money in them doing this. Most people don't, and most research is done by pharmaceutical companies, so therefore, who's going to fund a huge study into hypnotherapy? There is a lot done. The results are inconclusive because each therapist is different. So you might have one therapist who's really bad at hypnotherapy for smoking, one therapist who's brilliant at it, one person who wants to quit, one person who doesn't. So there's a lot of variance, and all I know from my experience is that 80% of people who come to my clinic will stop straight away. Another 15% will need additional sessions, redoing the session, which you can do obviously because you have it downloaded. And there's 5% of people who it doesn't work for. There are people who probably don't want to quit anyway, because in the clinic, just like with the recording, you can listen to this again and again and again and again. So it's free for you to keep listening. So the only way it wouldn't work is if you didn't listen to it. So let me show you how your brain is going to work. This here is a little picture we have of the brain. This is the brain normally. You see a lot of red and a lot of blue. This is the brain under hypnosis, and this is the brain under anesthetic. So the brain actually changes. Now, as the brain changes, what we're trying to explain is that we're able to offer suggestions. The way the mind works is like an iceberg. 10% of the mind is conscious, 90% is unconscious. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get into the unconscious, that voice inside your head that tells you need a cigarette. We're trying to tell you that you don't. From today on, you're going to make a choice to either choose living or choose cigarettes. That's really as much as it is. What you're going to do is you listen to the audio session. You listen to me talking to you. It'll be a session that we've just recorded in the clinic just for this. So it'll be like you're really there with me. You put on a pair of headphones, you listen to it. After the session is over, you probably won't want to smoke. During the session, I want you to sign a contract. And this is the contract we give in the clinic. This is included in your PDF, which you can print off. The clinic card says, you are a non-smoker, you do not smoke, any craving will pass, because you are no longer a slave to cigarettes. So we give this to you so you can print this off in your PDF, cut out a copy for yourself and keep it in your purse. So during your session, you'll sign a contract to somebody probably that you care about or love very much. And you'll sign this contract saying you're never going to smoke again under hypnosis, which is 1,000 times stronger than just saying it normally. And every time you go to think about a cigarette, I want you to look at this and remember this card, this contract you signed. Secondly, in the clinic, we give a little sheet like this. Mostly what this says is in Ireland, there's a website called Quit, quit.ie, by the health service. In the UK, it'll be the same, the NHS. And there's these free monitors that you can see of how well you're doing. So you put in your start date that you quit, how many cigarettes you're smoking. And these are great little things to have on your phone because you can download it for free. As I said, in Ireland, it's the HSE. In the UK, it's the NHS. Other places around the world will have the same, Australia and so on. So what you can do is you can watch them, and it will show you every day how your health is improving, how your body's improving, how your finances are improving. It also, very interesting, will show you each day how your body is changing. So within the first 24 hours of giving up cigarettes, the carbon monoxide, which is the same thing that comes out of the exhaust of a car, that's starting to disappear, leaving your body. After 4 or 5 days, there's no nicotine anymore, so the addiction is gone. And the interesting thing to understand is that adults don't smoke, children do. And why I say that to people in the clinic is because you very rarely come across a 40-year-old starting smoking. It's usually always us in our teenage years or so on. First, the brain isn't developed, and as a psychologist, we know the brain isn't developed fully as a teenager until we get into our 20s, maybe 25, before it's developed, and risk aversion comes in. That's why you see a lot of younger people taking silly mistakes. So children start smoking, and most people that I've talked to, including yourself, will probably find that you started smoking when you were young. But that person's gone now. Everything else to do with that person's gone. So you need to realize that you don't need cigarettes anymore. That it's over. Are you tired of being a slave to them? Well, this is the solution. You listen to the recording. You keep the card in your wallet. You watch this tutorial as much as you can. If you look up on YouTube, there's a woman called Terry, T-E-R-I, and she did a lot of stop smoking videos. So you just type in YouTube, Terry Stop Smoking. She's got a lot of powerful videos she did before she died at 51 of lung cancer. And I showed them to people as well. Stop denying it. Stop thinking it's not going to happen to you because your auntie was 95 and smoked 20 John Player a day until the day she died. That's exception to the rule. What we have in science is a thing called a bell-shaped curve. If you imagine the bell, 10% on one end are people who die very young of cancer. Some through smoking, some through other things. The other end of the scale is Auntie Mary, who's lived, she was 90, smoking 40 John Player Blue a day. They're exceptions to the rule. They're called outliers. Most people between the age of 40 and 70, something really bad will happen to them as regards smoking. We know that statistically 1 out of every 2. So if you and your friend are smoking, the statistics are 1 of you are going to die of smoking. And you don't want that to be you. A lot of us will have family, friends, children, and smoking is not giving you anything. This will help you. I ask you to listen to it as often as you need to. I'd like you to listen to this recording once a day for the next 2-3 weeks. Keep it on your phone. If you ever need it again, it's always there for you. The D4 Clinic website is available all the time. I'm always online if you need help with questions or queries. It's just to start you off. If you find it's helping an awful lot and maybe it hasn't quite hit you 100%, go and see a local hypnotherapist. We're based in Ireland. People come from around the world to see us here, to see me personally. But there's a hypnotherapist in every town and village around the world. So no matter where in the world, in England, Northern Ireland, Australia, America, you're watching me, understand that you can do this. That's the choice is you can do it or you can die, and that's where you're going to go. You can do this. So many people who are heavy smokers come in here to me and they just literally stop. Listen to the session, enjoy the session, listen to it again and again for the first 2 weeks. Do out your little printout, keep your card in your wallet, and remember online, d4clinic.ie, any questions or suggestions. I hope you get on well. I hope you quit once and for all, and hopefully this will lead you on your way. Bye-bye from the D4 Clinic.